What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Bumps and Ropes podcast. I almost forgot her name, but it's DDT Money
What's up?
alongside Fresh Fern. How you doing, Fernando?
Yeah, fresh friend. Let's go. Let's go. Good, good, man. How you been?
Decent, man. Solid week of wrestling. What you think Raw and SmackDown this week?
Pretty good, honestly. It was a really good week. It was a really good week.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I mean the Raw was pretty interesting. I was caught off guard right away with that Gunther Imperium, obviously with the Judgment Day. I was like, what? Hold on,
there's a
this is
lot of
actually
moving pieces with
happening?
Gunther,
Because
man.
you don't
Yeah,
normally you don't normally see a heel versus heel faction or heel versus heel,
very
you don't
rare.
see that too often. And I feel like now and I feel like with Triple H now being in charge, he's kind of doing that, because with Vince McMahon it's always the baby face heel. There's never really like a heel. But yeah, the Gunther IC title, that it's becoming, it's a prestigious title, like how Gunther's been saying, because obviously with Seth Rollins being injured right now, Gunther has to kind of step up and be that guy that that this title means something, because you got guys like Sammy, Chad, um, like even Bronson Reed, like the people, and even Dominic, like out of all people, like Dominic.
That was a
So yeah,
surprise.
even
Yeah.
Damien too. So I was caught off guard, but it's a pretty good. It's like a good. I like seeing, because I don't like just seeing like, oh, one person. Let me go for that. No, I want to see like all these guys going for for the title.
Yeah. And when you see all those guys fighting for the title, like you said, man, it adds a level of prestige to it, that you have guys. They're not just chasing that world heavyweight title, man. They got their eyes on the prize of taking down
So
Gunther and the IC title as well. So let's talk a little bit about Gunther and his situation. We obviously, like you touched on, the JD Judgment Day, I'm sorry, segment that they had, and they teased Dom being the guy out of Judgment Day.
mhm.
A little interesting there, but then you also had
Yeah,
Sami Zayn after he beats Nakamura. He has an interaction with Gunther. And then Chad Gable in the back and Bronson Reed in the
mhm.
back. So it seems like we are gonna
Yeah,
get a multi-man. I don't know, maybe if they do like a contender thing, but I think we touched on it last
yeah.
week too. A mixed man for IC would honestly it'd be a lot more interesting.
Something that I was thinking about, and I thought about this today. I was thinking maybe they could do like a gauntlet or like eliminator or something like, and they would do it on night one, right?
Yeah.
So like a number one contender match or something, and then night two, the winner, of that gauntlet would face off, Gunther at night two. Because then I feel like in a way, at least you get to show these guys, at WrestleMania, and you give them a chance because at WrestleMania you want your WrestleMania moment, and with the night, the two nights that we get, for Mania,
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a good spot, to put multiple guys in a gauntlet or whatever, and it gives them chance to shine, because
Yeah.
you want to see how they perform at Mania, because that's the pinnacle of of wrestling.
That's
So
the Super
I don't
Bowl,
know. That's
bro. That's their Super Bowl.
exactly. So that's what
Yeah.
I was. It's just a prediction that, or like a bold like little thing that I thought about, but I don't know if it'll happen. But theories are always
Yeah.
made. We fantasy book a lot, but something that I just thought about.
Honestly, I feel like I don't know why I feel like they would do that on Raw, like do it on the Raws leading up to Mania.
Yeah.
But kind of what you said, I would be interested in something they haven't
Mhm.
done. I can't remember. If you remember the last time, let me know. Like a fatal four-way, fatal five-way elimination match, right? So you get down to the last person, and he'll be the one to take down
Mhm.
Gunther. If they were to
Yeah.
do that night one, have Sami Zayn versus Dom versus Chad versus Bronson Reed, elimination
Mhm.
fatal four-way. Winner gets to face Gunther
Yeah.
in night two.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like that's just the best way to to do it, because I feel like the tournament and all that, that's just kind of, I feel like it's just like too, it's like old. Like, I
It's
mean, I
kind of
get
played
it,
out,
yeah.
bro. Yeah.
And you're always gonna be like, oh, this guy's gonna win, this guy's gonna win. And I feel like with putting them all together in a whole like eliminator or gauntlet or whatever they want to do, like some sort of that on night one, then they could, potentially, some guys that you normally don't see at Mania, like a Bronson Reed, or some guy, or just some guys that just haven't had, their moment, like a big moment, their big break, like Chad Gable, because he's underrated. That man is underrated.
Oh yeah.
Like he he has a story too. those little stories too that they want that title, and it's whoever does it and whoever does beat Gunther, yeah, defeating Gunther. Um, but yeah, that's just kind of like where it's at.
Man, another thing that I find really interesting, if you watch that Drew McIntyre segment with Seth Rollins, um, kind of how Drew was warning Seth, don't put yourself too much in this bloodline situation because I want you at 100%. And now, if you watch SmackDown, obviously me and you did, but talking to the audience, if you watch SmackDown, it seems like we are getting that tag match that we've been talking about for a couple of weeks with Seth and Cody versus The Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to picture what would the timing for this look like, right? Would it be obviously like that tag match is gonna happen night one? We know
Yeah.
that because Cody's facing Roman night two. But if we're having that night one,
Mhm.
when is Drew gonna face Seth, right? Like I don't think it would be before
Mhm.
because the way they're saying I want you 100%, in my imagination it would happen afterwards. So is that a night two match?
I don't know, man. And you're kind of lagging again a little bit. You were lagging for a good minute, but
Yeah.
now you're slowly good now. But uh, yeah, it's a little laggy.
I'm actually gonna switch
No, but
connections
okay.
midway
So I'll
in.
talk about Drew.
I'm gonna
You
switch
want to switch
connections.
connections? Okay,
Yeah, let's see if it makes a
good.
difference. Disconnect from my Wi-Fi on my phone, and then give it about 3, 2, 1. Okay, how do I sound right now? Am I good?
You sound good.
Am I lagging?
It's getting a little bit better. It's just because it's lags. Yeah, you
All
still
right, am I
kind of
still lagging or
it's a
no?
little kind of. It's like because last time you were just froze, but you're kind of just it's still kind of laggy.
All right, I
Just
might
a
just
little
do
bit.
my phone hotspot real quick and see if that makes a difference. Because if I'm lagging too, or if you're lagging on my end, then it makes it harder, like editing and this and that. So I'd
Yeah,
rather see if I
yeah.
could fix this right now. My hotspot doesn't even seem like it's gonna be that good, but let's see. Fuck it. Give it about a couple seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Are we good? All right. How do I sound?
A little better now.
A little better? Am I
There you go.
lagging
Yeah, a
visually at
little
all or
better.
no?
It just happened again.
Fuck,
But now
dude.
you're
All
good. Now
right.
you're good. And
All
now
right.
it
All
did it
right.
again. Yeah, it like goes back and forth.
Yeah, this isn't good. It's kind of like the first time. Last week was relatively well. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. It seemed like it's fine right now. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
it is. It
run.
is. It is right now. I'll let you know when it does again.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't want to stop you mid sentence and then you're like, all right, let's just keep talking. All right,
Yeah.
so about the Seth Rollins and the Drew, I think it'll be night two, no? Because I mean they basically said that they're gonna do the tag team, but like who's and I saw it on Twitter too, or that who takes the pin? Who do you think takes the pin?
See, I
Who
feel like they
or
could make it
or
so
what's gonna happen?
interesting, dude.
But
It
what
would
would happen?
be,
Like, go
this is just me thinking out loud. This is, I don't
okay.
know. So what they could do, and I feel like who should maybe take the pin is Seth. What my
Mhm.
like fantasy booking, whatever, you could say whatever you want, but you could have some
Okay,
situation,
okay,
right?
okay,
And I know
yeah.
people might get mad at this, but
Hmm.
Roman pins Cody on night one. I don't know how we get there, but Roman pins Cody night one, and everybody's losing their shit. And they're like, oh my God, what's going to happen tomorrow? This and that. Roman just pinned Cody. Because I think at the end goal, we know that Cody is going to be pinning Roman night two. So you can mess with people's minds on night one going into night two. I don't know how they it's not going to be clean. Obviously, I don't think they want to do Cody like that. But what do you think of that?
That's good. That's really good. That's actually pretty smart because then you get all these people riled up. Because I mean, obviously with the Rock, inserting himself into the storyline, saying that, oh, I'm gonna be the main event with Roman Reigns and Cody. No, you're not getting your title shot, or whatever. Blah blah blah. Um, this is like another thing that another part of the story, for Cody, like, and his fans, obviously,
Yeah.
to be like what the fuck, like what is going on? Why are they're gonna, like, you're right,
Yes,
they are
bro.
gonna go,
Yes,
they are gonna
that's
go
exactly
ape.
what I'm
You're
saying.
gonna, and that's smart. Like that's actually a good theory of where they would go. Um, I think it's possible that it happens, but at the same time, I don't know. They could have Seth obviously just take the pin, but that would just make him weak. Because then, with the Roman burying the title, that's just gonna make him really weak. But I feel
Exactly.
like there's gonna be some sort of um, wait, but so that's gonna mean bloodline rules, right? Anything goes, right?
That's another
Yeah.
point, dude. That there's
Right.
actually a stipulation now with this match. We didn't think there'd be a big one, but go ahead.
So like whatever, obviously, because I mean, with anything goes, then obviously the bloodline could be involved, but then all the people that messed the bloodline messed up with, they all come back.
Yeah, Cody could have help too. There's no
Bro,
rules saying he can't.
imagine, bro, Cena coming back.
Oh shit.
LA Knight.
Yo, that would be insane.
Um,
Like the Avengers, just like
oh,
Avengers Endgame, bro.
bro, that's gonna
Yo, that'd be
that would
crazy.
honest dude, that's literally cinema, bro.
That's literally
That's
cinema,
literally
bro.
cinema. That's
Hell
literally
yeah.
cinema. You
Bro,
hear the
everybody's
freaking
been
you
saying
hear
like
you
this
hear all the
WrestleMania is
trumpets,
Endgame.
bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is.
That's actually crazy, bro.
Damn, bro. Hold on. That's crazy. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, hell yeah.
you even like you got all these people trying to rile up. Even freaking Seth was trying to get, Drew to be like, sort of like, hey, we gotta take them down. Like they messed with you, so you gotta help us out,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it's like, and then what I was thinking too is that maybe there's, I don't know if they'll sign them, but there's like obviously they have more cousins,
Mm-hmm.
on the outside of WWE. So I don't know, maybe they come in and also are part of like the team, and they have all this, bloodline,
Right.
freaking, like Thanos, type of,
Hell
group,
yeah.
and then all you hear is John Cena, LA Knight,
That'd
freaking
be
Seth
crazy,
Rollins. You got
bro.
all of them coming in. That's literally
Jay.
like
Jay's gonna be on
Jay
Cody's
too,
side too.
because
Yeah.
obviously we're gonna have Jay and Jimmy obviously too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. Some people are saying like Street Fight maybe.
Yeah.
That would go crazy. I feel
I
like
think they should.
they're gonna have a good match.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're gonna aim for that 5 star, man.
They will.
Because
They will
even
get it.
just with
I
their
know.
just just with their expressions and their faces, bro, like them just like from when they came obviously from a tag team to like now, like,
Yeah.
dude, they literally just keep going up.
There's
And
layers
with
to
this
this
Mania
story too.
match,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, but yeah, it's crazy,
Man,
Let's see
now
what
that
the
The Rock has added these stipulations, because he said if the Bloodline wins, if they win the tag match, you have that. If Cody wins, then no Bloodline allowed. So let's go into that other situation. Let's just say
Mhm.
I
Oh,
really don't know who's gonna win that tag match. That's unpredictable too. But
it
let's
is
just say
unpredictable.
for scenario purposes that Cody wins, or
Mm,
it's Cody and Seth. So then
mm,
in that situation, they're saying no Bloodline allowed.
mm.
Well, obviously, I still feel like that's bullshit because
It
Solo's
is
gonna come out at
BS.
some point. But what they
It
could do is
is.
Solo trying to interfere, and The Rock holds him back and says, "Nah, I'm a man of my word. I said
It's
what I
like,
said," and that's how you piss
yep,
Roman off, and he loses. I don't know.
yep.
That's just
And
a
then that's how, yeah,
situation.
that's true. That is true. That's actually pretty smart too. Yeah. So then that sets up for next Mania for you. Do you think we'll get the Mania match then for sure? Rock and
Rock and
Roman next
Roman,
year.
that has to be right.
100%. Yeah,
That has
right.
to
I
be.
mean, what other time can they really do it? They got to do it now
No.
because Rock's getting old.
Even
He ain't
I've
gonna
seen
be in the
people
ring too much. That's why they're
say,
doing the tag match.
yeah, dude, like I've seen people say SummerSlam, but that's not a, don't get me wrong, SummerSlam's a big event,
Not that
but
big.
this
It's not
match
big.
is not a SummerSlam match, it's a Mania match, you know?
No, it is a mini match. Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
let's go
see.
to another topic.
Let's talk
On
about it a
Raw,
little bit
do
since we're
Rhea.
What were you saying?
about Rhea and Becky,
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
Rhea and Becky for
I was
Raw,
gonna touch
and
on
then
that.
go on to SmackDown after.
So Rhea and Becky, we had they had a
Hmm.
little small promo and it kind of fell flat for me. It
Yeah,
wasn't anything like too crazy.
it wasn't
But
super. Nah.
the one thing I will say this, the one thing they have to build this matchup, but for me, I won't really care as much as the build up because I have been waiting for this match and I feel like they will put on a good match. And it is a
Oh
little bit
yeah,
unpredictable too.
it is. It is unpredictable. I honestly, if for them, I would aim for Rhea. I think she needs to keep going. Um, I don't see a reason why Becky needs to win,
She
which
doesn't need it. No.
she doesn't need it because she literally she's being Tiffany Stratton for the NXT title. She's being Trish Stratus, and obviously she already got the win over and all that. Like, why does she need to be? I mean, I get it maybe just because like she needs another title reign or just because she be Rhea Ripley, but Rhea Ripley, she's a different person right now.
Oh, she's
Obviously
definitely on
years
another
before when she
planet.
was on NXT, she was different, right? This time she's huge. So I
She's
think
so over, bro.
it has to be her moment. I don't think unless Becky's like, no, I don't want to put her over and blah blah blah. But no, I really hope, I think that Rhea Ripley is gonna retain her title and keep on with her reign.
The only flaw I will say to Rhea Ripley's title reign so far, besides the Nia Jax feud, and even
Mm-hmm.
then it's been here and there, until
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber. Like
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley has not had a notable feud, a notable title defense match, like a rivalry match within this feud. And I
Mm-hmm.
hope that they really build this matchup to the point maybe it's not just a one-off. Maybe we could get, a rematch of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah.
but I agree with you too. I think Rhea Ripley should retain. I could see a scenario where Becky wins because I watched the video too, and they said,
Mm-hmm.
the top stars always go over. They always get the next title reign because you want them to
Mm-hmm.
keep stacking, stacking, stacking their
Mm-hmm.
resume up.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree
Mm-hmm.
with you, man. Mommy should
Yeah.
definitely retain.
She definitely deserves it, man. She's a star, man. She is a star. But then, like, obviously, who would be next? What other stars would it be? Jade Cargill? But then we
Dude.
also just,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or I don't know who else.
Speaking of Jade, man, we just saw her on SmackDown, and
Interesting.
that was
Interesting.
interesting. She had a stare down with Io Sky, so seems like maybe after Mania she'll be coming for the title. Presumably it'll be on Bailey by then,
Hmm.
I would assume.
That's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too. Because even some people on the internet, they're like, Bailey, obviously as a heel, she was a heel. She took, damage control. She took Dakota Kai and Io Sky under her wing to create this, this faction. Um, and obviously now they turned on her. So then obviously you got Kyrie Sane and you got Asuka now. Um, am I right?
Yeah, yeah, I was just plugging in my
All
computer. It
right.
was low battery, so we should be good.
For sure, for sure. Nah, but yeah, so obviously, and then Bailey just basically has no friends. She has nobody. Who is she gonna turn to? The only person that, hasn't really been in WWE, during that time that, that Bailey had, it would be Jade Cargill, because,
Yeah.
they're not, she never did anything to, to Cargill, nothing. So I feel like with her being on her side would actually be, beneficial. And come on, just look at her.
She's swole as hell, bro. She's
She's swole as
huge.
hell, bro.
She's
She can
huge,
literally
dude.
take on. Here, hold on, my light turned off. Try my light. Hold up. Here we go. Nah, but
That's
yeah.
a nice shirt too, by the way. I just saw it right now.
Yes,
That's a
sir.
throwback retro shirt. I fuck with it.
Yeah. It was expensive as hell.
Yeah, it's
Not super
crazy.
expensive, but no, yeah. It's gonna be interesting what they're gonna do with Jade. I wonder what they're gonna do if they're actually gonna, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
honestly
do
don't
hope
know.
that she appears at Mania, but we're just talking
Oh,
about
no
this.
doubt she will.
Yeah, yeah. If we're just talking about this Bailey and Io Sky feud, we'll touch on SmackDown what just happened. And I feel like they could
Mhm.
have held off on this with Dakota Kai turning on Bailey. I know obviously like people were expecting it, but I feel like they should have waited just a little bit longer, a little bit right before Mania, um, just to really give fans that more
Hmm.
shocking moment. But it
Oh yeah.
happened. We were expecting it, and you know, it just you got to feel for Bailey in this storyline. Everybody that she helped bring up is now turned their backs on her.
And Dakota Kai, bro, she's turned on everybody. I don't
Yeah,
know if you've seen her. She's been on NXT. She turned on Tegan Knox on NXT,
War
and she
Games. I
turned on
saw. Yeah,
yep, and Raquel. Um, yeah, it was. She's Dakota Kai is just Two Face, bro.
Shiesty, bro.
She's a
Shiesty.
heel like hard. They almost gotta like take advantage of that.
Yeah,
Like Baker, I mean they are now, but I think it's the perfect timing to be honest to do the heel turn for Dakota Kai. That's just my opinion.
okay.
Um,
Let me hear it.
just because I think they can build more because they're gonna keep building more. Because
True.
then obviously maybe Bailey can tease something. I don't know if she'll get help from like NXT or Jade or just somebody, or she's just gonna go in it alone.
I could see her just
You know,
going in alone. I feel like this whole storyline has been about her
all the
losing
odds.
everybody.
That
Yeah,
is true. That is true.
just
And then
her
maybe
versus the
like,
world.
yeah, maybe she's gonna go trying to like apologize to, all the people she wronged. But maybe like those people are gonna be like, nah, you did me dirty. What am I gonna gain from it? Um, but no, yeah, you're right. I think it's gonna end up like that. But I feel like they can keep building more. They're gonna keep building more because you still got, you know, I think 4 more weeks, 5 more weeks till Mania.
Yeah, it's coming up real fast, bro.
Yeah, so
You got
it's
a
it's
little
gonna
bit.
be
Yeah.
we're talking about it right now, but it's gonna be right there.
Yeah, and I just want to ask too, bro. Can we be honest for just a second here? You remember when Io
What's up?
Sky cashed in her Money in the Bank in SummerSlam?
Yeah.
I'm assume you were happy too because it was a
Oh
real
yeah, no
exciting
doubt.
moment, especially
It
for Io.
was.
But
It
I'm gonna be
was.
100% real here. Her
What's
title
up?
reign has been nothing short but ass, bro. There's been nothing, absolutely nothing.
No.
And it's like, come on, bro. Like we were all hyped when this happened, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, until now, they haven't gave us anything with this title reign, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just really Bianca Belair. That's about it.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
besides that, she's just been holding it. She hasn't been
She's been
nothing
holding.
but holding it, bro.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's the chance to give Bailey that title. I
Definitely.
hope they do. I hope they do because
They will, dude.
there's
There's no
really, there's
way.
really, there's really nothing else that they could do with Io. I mean, yeah, you got the group, but like,
There's no way that they don't,
right?
bro. There's no shot.
Nah.
No shot. While we're
Yeah.
talking about SmackDown superstars, let's
SmackDown.
touch on Braun Breaker for a second straight week having a squash match, and I think a little bit of this was because that Bloodline promo went on for what felt like an hour. So maybe
They
they're
said
like,
they
we
said
gotta
they went
have
over
it.
10 minutes.
Yeah, they had
It's
to, bro. They had
crazy,
to because
bro.
SmackDown felt rushed.
They had so many commercial breaks. No, I think I saw there was like 3 or 4
They probably
commercial
had two
breaks.
or three commercial breaks in the
Yeah, right.
Bloodline segment alone.
I
Just
remember I
that
remember
alone,
watching the
bro.
segment. Yep.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
But about Braun Breaker, man, do we think he's gonna
Yeah.
have a Mania match at all? Like I know they're just feeding him to a bunch of NPCs, but
Yeah.
at some point he's gonna get a match against, someone a little bit more notable.
I think so, but I just don't know who.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they want to keep it obviously in the brand type of thing, I don't know. There's really nobody. I mean, you could have had Bobby Lashley, but Bobby Lashley's
He's
feuding
tied up, bro. He's tied
with
up in
freaking
other.
Karrion
That
Cross. There's really
storyline's
no
stupid too,
other.
man.
It
That's
is,
so dumb. That whole
but no,
carrying
yeah,
cross shit is stupid
I
as
don't get
hell,
it.
bro.
I don't get it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know who would Braun Breaker face. There's really nobody on the roster,
I don't
right?
know.
That's at
Yeah,
his level
yeah.
or even higher. There's nobody. They're all busy pretty much.
Like if you really want, and not now that I think about this now, because I was gonna say Austin Theory, but they're
Mhm.
looking to do Austin Theory versus Waller, so
Yeah.
that probably doesn't work. I genuinely I don't know then.
What I'm thinking is maybe they'll just throw him into the that battle royal thing and have him win it.
Yeah, have him win
That's
it,
what I'm
right?
thinking, and have him have a big moment and spear all of everybody, bro. That's actually
Mm-hmm.
pretty. That would be a pretty good moment for him because I mean, I don't think they would throw him into a mania match, alone with somebody or like in a triple threat right away because I
Yeah.
feel like that's too rushed. you don't want him. You don't want him to be too in our faces.
Yeah.
Because then people are gonna turn on him. Some
They
people
gotta
some
learn
people are
from
like,
their
oh man,
mistakes and learn from that
exactly.
Roman Reigns of 2015, 16, right? Like they can't
Yeah,
push
that's
them
why
to the moon like that.
yeah, they're slowly doing it and all that. So I feel like maybe the battle royal, the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I feel like that'd be a good spot for to showcase,
Yeah.
his skills and all that at Mania. Hopefully they do it now at Mania, not freaking SmackDown, man. Call that a Mania moment.
All right.
So
Nah.
I hope they can do. I hope they can do it. Maybe just do it on the kickoff or something. Just do
Yeah.
that. It doesn't have to be on the show, but if it's on the show, perfect. But if not, kickoff's fine. Um, but no, the sky's the limit for that for Braun Breaker, man. That's our next. I feel like new face of the
The new
face of the
face for
company
the next 10 years after, right?
after Cody.
Yo, you see the thing is this the NXT talent, I don't think
Mm.
yeah, Braun is great, but they also got guys like Carmelo Hayes. They got guys like Ilya Dragunov. So I don't think it's just a singular face for the future. You
Yeah.
got a bunch of young talent to mold. And even
Mm-hmm.
I see Austin Theory as a part of that
Yeah.
group too, bro. He's young.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
so much young talent. So if we're just
So
we
much,
touch on
bro.
the
So
young talent for the
much.
future, man, they're looking good.
They are. I mean, you have to, develop them and because obviously, Seth Rollins started in NXT, even Roman Reigns started in NXT. Like
A lot of these guys did, yeah.
all the top guys that we have right now literally came from NXT,
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, not Cody. Cody didn't really show up in NXT. But no, yeah,
Good
like
chunk of the
Becky,
guys. Yeah.
Rhea, I think Nia Jax was even on NXT, I think too.
She might have been. I
Um,
honestly don't know.
mm, yeah, no, just a lot of them came through there. So like you gotta invest your time on those talents that are there because you got a lot of women and men that are, on NXT right now that have that potential to be, those that next group of, of individuals and roster to keep, you know, and then they gotta keep building because the top stars that we have in NXT are gonna be the next ones and I'm excited
Definitely.
to see, what they do and but yeah, it's interesting, man. It's good. It's good that we got all the young talent the WWE has.
Of course, bro. You could never have enough of that.
Oh no.
Um, let's touch very briefly on Rey Mysterio's return last night
Oh
on
yeah.
SmackDown. Man, that was a huge
Crazy.
pop, bro. That was a huge
Crazy. I did
pop.
not expect that. I did not expect that at all. Did you expect it at
Nah,
all?
nah, I'm
Nah?
not gonna lie. It wasn't on my bucket list at all.
Nah?
But in my personal opinion, just on like this whole LWO storyline, I
Yeah.
feel like if they wanted to make that the finale, like the climax,
Mm-hmm.
they could perfectly just end it there. They just had
Yeah.
a big LWO standing tall moment, celebration kind
Mm-hmm.
of vibe to it. So if they
Come
want to
back,
just
yeah.
end it right there, they really can. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think they're gonna extend it and go into Mania?
I think so. I feel like they will.
Right? That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I think they'll I don't know if they'll do a tag team match or I don't know or if they'll just do a singles
Like
or
Ray
what.
versus Santos.
Yeah, Ray versus Santos. But then you also got Carlito. You basically got four guys against three. So
So
it's
it's
like
Ray
uneven.
and Santos. If they were to just do a duo, Ray and Santos
Yeah.
versus I mean Ray and Carlito versus Santos, and who would be the next guy? Or if they do a six man, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the six if it was a six man, the it's either Carlito or Ray or one of the other ones has to step out.
The goons, just the
Yeah.
NPCs.
The goons are gonna
I
be
don't,
at
I
this
don't
in
know their names, but they're on
Oh, you don't
NXT
know
now.
them?
I know
No,
they're on
yeah. Oh
NXT.
yeah, they're
What?
in NXT, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I mean, if they'll do a Mania match, fine, but I feel like it's not super interesting.
it's
They
really
haven't
not.
really because they didn't really do
Yeah,
much. I mean, there hasn't they've just done Carlito versus Santos, Carlito versus Santos, like
yeah.
almost,
Since
so it's
Survivor
not
Series or a
yeah,
little bit before that.
exactly. And then you also got Dragon Lee. Where
Yo,
is he
exact.
into
How did
this?
I forget, bro? Where's Dragon Lee been? Where has he been? He was
I have
supposed to be
no
on
he was on
SmackDown.
NXT.
Did
Yeah,
he get
he was
hurt or
on
something?
I
Did he
know he
have
was
an
on
injury?
NXT. I don't know. I haven't really seen. Maybe he did, or maybe he just took some time off for family or
Possibly.
something.
He's been gone for a little
But
bit.
yeah, yeah. So like, where do you insert him? Does he turn heel or something? Like,
Nah, I don't.
or
Not yet.
what?
Definitely not. I don't.
Or
Not too
freaking Carl?
soon.
Or like, or what are they gonna do? Because I
Yeah.
mean, he's the other number. He's another number.
To be honest, if they do a six-man tag match, then he would be the third. He would be Dragon Lee not I keep saying Santos. Dragon Lee, Carlito, and Ray versus
Against the other three.
Santos and Garza and
True.
whatever. What's the other guy's name? Humberto or something?
Oh, Carrillo, Umberto Carrillo. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I
that's
think that
true.
would be the six man,
Bro,
3v3.
something. So I mean, I don't think it'll happen, but obviously with the, I mean, if I still kind of keep up with the little with the message that Legato, Santos and all that, that they want to, that they all come from like family heritage and like Mexican wrestling, like
Lucha
lucha
Libre.
libre, lucha libre. Dragon Lee also has that family, heritage or whatever. What if he turns and he turns to the dark side? Hey, hey,
That'd be
hey, hey, hey,
crazy, dude.
don't come at me. It's just it's a
Yeah,
bold that's another like
that's
that
a
could
hot
be another
take for sure.
story. Because then, maybe Santos can convince Dragon Lee, be like, hey, Rey Mysterio, he's still, the top guy or whatever, and blah blah blah, saying this and that, because obviously, Rey Mysterio said that Dragon Lee's like the next, Lucha Libre. Um, I don't know. It's just a random thought that I had, but I don't think
That's
it'll
interesting.
happen. But it's just because that would make it more interesting. That would get people like, yo, what? Like, who would have thought? Because I mean, it's like a Hulk Hogan. Like, he turned heel with NWO.
All right.
Like it'd be like that. Like, yo, could you saw with Dragon Lee, he's a good guy. So turning him heel might be a little another side to him, and I don't know. I mean, it would keep the story keep going, and then maybe it could be like a Dragon Lee versus Mysterio and all that. Because then
That's a good
you
point.
want to
Yeah.
see you want to see the new guy. You want to see the new guys. You don't want to. I mean, obviously with Ray, obviously he's a Hall of Famer. He's getting older. He needs to pass the torch.
That's true.
You know, it's just a bold statement, but I'm not 100% sure it'll happen. That's another theory that I had. But yeah, that would just I would think that would just make it more interesting. But yeah, I think that's with that.
Another interesting part of SmackDown that I noted during that Bloodline segment, you could see visually on Roman Reigns' face
Mhm.
just how bothered he looked by The Rock's, just his presence, him being there. You could sense a little bit of that
Mhm.
envy, that jealousy there. And it came to a point where The Rock was about to go, if you summer, you know what I'm saying? And he cut him off, bro. He grabbed the mic. He said, you're my family. I'll do anything for family.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna need you to do one thing. That's
Mhm.
acknowledge me. And The Rock did that. He said, Roman Reigns, I acknowledge you as my tribal chief. And I found that very interesting. And
Mhm.
then again, like
Yup. Yup. Yup.
you noted last week or a couple weeks ago, whenever it was, when he threw up an L instead of the one. And I was like, maybe he's just clueless, maybe this and that. But he did it again. He did it again. And I noticed too, I saw a photo and Paul Heyman throwing up the ones, but he's looking at The Rock like, what the hell is he doing? Like Paul Heyman seems to know that something's up. So what do you think of all this, bro?
Yeah. No, he did it again. It's interesting, and I found it interesting too that the Rock actually said that and acknowledged it. Acknowledged him as his tribal chief. Um. Yeah, it's just another part of the story. It just keeps going and going. And obviously, we're going to see more Rock appearances and Roman Reigns appearances more on the next couple of SmackDowns. Um, Maybe Paul Heyman already knows, or he obviously knows something that's going on and he's not telling Roman Reigns, or maybe he's telling him.
You feel like Paul Heyman could be in
I
on
don't
it?
know, dude. It's
Hold up, hold
possibly.
up.
I mean, Paul Heyman has been, he's come on. He can double turn. He's
Yeah.
done it before. He's done it multiple times.
We've seen this
So I
before,
don't
and
find it,
I have an interesting point here because like we talked about a couple weeks ago where Cody's like,
good.
I'm gonna take everything from you. And I
Mm,
obviously we were saying we could see The Rock helping Cody Rhodes win, and he'll take away them.
mm,
And then Paul Heyman perhaps being in on this and says, you know what? Roman, you're yesterday's news, you're old news, you lost your title. This new guy, this young buck, Braun
mm.
Breaker over here, he's the next big thing. I'm gonna go be with him. So just imagine he dips on him and joins up with Braun Breaker, and now Roman Reigns really is by himself.
True,
And man, Braun Breaker with Paul
true.
Heyman, whoo! That's looking
Hmm.
nice. That's looking nice.
That's a good point, but like, so what? So Braun Breaker would be tied into the Bloodline story, or it's just
Nah, nah,
a
nah.
full outside thing?
I feel like that would be, you know, pretty much Paul Heyman detaching himself from the whole situation, and
Hmm.
perhaps you could get a Braun Breaker Roman Reigns match. I wouldn't say right away, but
Hmm.
down the line, down the line for sure.
Custody of Paul Heyman. Custody of
Nah,
Paul Heyman
bro.
match.
You remember when CM Punk was with Paul Heyman and not even
Yeah,
Brock, bro. It was like Curtis Axel or something. Do you remember Curtis Axel?
I think so. Yeah,
Like he left him for
yeah.
him or something, bro. I don't know. And obviously
Hmm.
Axel didn't really end
Yeah,
up working out, but
he didn't turn out.
you know,
It did not work out. No,
uh,
that's interesting, man. I don't know. That's actually pretty smart. And then, I mean, with Jimmy and Solo, what would happen with them though?
dude, I don't know
You also gotta
because
see where do they end up? Are they gonna just side with Rock then, or they just turn into solo stars, or they turn babyface, or what?
see, I got a
What
thing,
would be the end goal
and
for them too?
obviously we're gonna have Jimmy versus Jay, and after Jay beats
Yeah.
Jimmy, I would wanna I would wanna think that they may not be buddy buddy and tag up and be tag team partners again, but they'll have,
Hmm.
a sense that the rivalry has kind of ended. We're still brothers. We're cool. We don't
Yeah.
got no issues no more. The thing is,
Squash the beef, and that's it.
squash the beef, exactly. My issue here
Hmm.
is with Solo. And he's slowly, to me, he's just becoming very bland, very boring. And I've seen clips of him in NXT. I know he can talk. I know he has skills, bro.
Bro,
But they've dumbed him. They've
He's good. He
watered
was good
him
on NXT.
down, bro. They've watered down Solo to the point where he's just not even an interesting character to me anymore.
That could also just be another part of the story of, Roman, keeping Solo away,
Yeah.
because we haven't seen Solo even compete for a mid card title. Why not? Why not?
Not even forget a
Because
title,
Roman
like
probably
a match, bro, like anything.
a match. Yeah, because Roman just wants his bodyguard there. He
Yeah.
wants his protection. That's his protection. So maybe Solo's gonna get tired of, yo, like, why am I even doing this? Like, I gotta like, I can't do it. I can't keep doing this because he can't keep doing it for freaking any more days. Like, nah, he needs to go for a title. We know he's got skills like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like, that's another part of the story. Like, obviously Cody's gonna be like, I'm taking everybody from you. So hopefully, they all can realize now that they're like that it's like it's my time. Like Solo's gonna be like, it's my time now. Like Roman, get out of here. I'm not being your goo no more. I'm going for titles. I'm gonna be doing my thing. Same thing with like Jimmy and all that.
Yeah. And if they just break Solo off the chains and just let him freestyle, let him do his own thing, I feel like he could be so good, bro. So good on SmackDown or Raw, wherever. If they
Oh
might
my
do a
gosh.
redraft, right? Like they're
Wherever
probably
he
gonna do a
lands.
draft again.
Yeah.
I feel like they might.
Yeah.
When did it happen
Exactly.
last year? What
Maybe after Mania. It
it
happened
was
after Mania, I think.
yeah, I honestly I can't remember the exact
It had
month
to
or
happen. I
anything.
think it was after Mania.
Yeah.
We
Was
can
it
look up,
before or
but
after
yeah, I think
Backlash?
it was somewhere after Mania.
Yeah, it might have been. Um
After Backlash. I think it was after Backlash because I know during Backlash Ray and was feuding with the Judgment Day
Judgment
and all
Day,
that. So
right?
and they were
Yeah.
I think yeah, they were feuding. So no, I think it was after. But yeah. What else
Bro,
you want to touch on?
do you think, and I was just looking at this too, I feel like we've all been
Mhm.
thinking that Damian Priest would be cashing in on the World Heavyweight title, whatever. We've seen it be teased, all this and that. And then now you have a thing where
Yeah.
apparently he's looking at the IC title, and I feel like it's so, I don't know. I don't like the fact, just the sheer idea of the Money in the Bank being cashed in on a mid card title. To me, it's just a waste. And it is what it is. If that's what they're doing, like I get it now, but I don't know, bro. What are your thoughts? Do we think that's a possibility that
Mhm.
Damian Priest cashes in on Gunther possibly?
I hope not. I honestly hope not.
I'd rather him
because
cash in
Gunther
on
has
Drew.
his reign, and why? Yeah, because why would you waste your? But hold on, with the Drew, obviously remember with you keep connecting the stories, right? Every time that Damian tries to go cash in to Seth Rollins, Drew is right behind.
Yeah,
And most of them,
yeah,
Drew is always interfered, and because
that's
the
a good
Judgment Day,
point.
Rhea was always like, "Hey, hey, Drew, come help us out. I will help you out." Blah blah blah. Like they wanted help, but Drew was like, "Nah, I'm doing my thing." And obviously now him, being this type of, like he realizes a lot of stuff. I feel like it's the chance, and
Yeah,
then it could just like Drew can have his moment, and then Damien comes in, and
snatches it away.
he just cashes in. I feel like that'd be good because you have that story already there. Because
I really do want to
Damien's
see
gonna be
that
like, you
too,
screwed
bro.
me over too many times. You screwed me over too many
Oh
times.
my
So now
God.
I'm cashing in and taking that title away from you.
I just thought of something too.
So it's like,
This would be the perfect way to bring back Broken Dreams, bro. The old Drew McIntyre theme song for after WrestleMania. He wins, he has his
that too.
moment, and then Damian Priest
Mm,
cashes it in and breaks his dreams, bro.
mm.
Broken Dreams will make a return. It'll be so beautiful. It would be
That's
amazing.
good.
I would be
That
there.
is good. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then Drew gets his moment. That's all he wants. He wants his moment and then it's also a way to, because I mean, I guess you could say he's like, I mean, obviously he's a heel, but then you can turn him babyface.
All right. Let's take a look at
So
the
yeah.
WWE 2K ratings real quick. I have a full list. The roster dropped, the ratings dropped. I have the list in front of me. Let me start by asking you this. Are you going to be
Hmm.
getting 2K24 this year?
Yes, 100%. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. What console you play
I'm
on?
gonna get it. Yep. I got Xbox One.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get that. I don't know. I think I might get the digital one, or I might get the hard copy one, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. How long have you been playing like the WWE games and what has been your favorite in the past? Or your top three if you had one?
Um, I haven't played too many 2K games. Because I don't really play too many video games, but I did have the old PSP and all that. So I remember having, I think it was a SmackDown 2011.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, that was my favorite one. That's the one that's kind of like came up. I also had like some older games that were like 90s and all that. It was just like the old cartoonish, I've had those type of games as well.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't really have a top three. What about you?
Honestly, I this is how I got into wrestling. We talked about it in the first episode. My top three, honestly, I would say
Yeah, of
I don't know if I should put it in any order, but I'll say WWE 13, the one with CM Punk on the cover. You had the Attitude Era mode, right?
course, of
2K14,
course, of course.
2K14, you had The Rock on the cover. You
Oh,
had the 30 years of WrestleMania,
hmm,
the Beat the Streak mode, which is damn near
yeah,
impossible. Best rosters too. I would say
mm,
2K19, but let's take a look at these 2K24 ratings and we'll play a little game. We'll say too high, too low, or just right. All right.
for
So
sure, for sure. Let's go.
start at the top. Last year Roman Reigns was a 99. Coming into this year's games, he's a 97, which is shocking to me. I thought he would have stayed a 99.
Yeah,
So for me, that's too low. I'm not gonna lie. I know 97's high, but even then, that's too low
too low.
for me. Yeah, 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 I would say.
I think that's perfect
Yeah.
because I think it's perfect. I think it's a good score. Um, I don't really see him. I mean, I guess yeah, the reason why he'd be 99 because he's got his whole title reign, but remember, he hasn't really been on. He hasn't really had many matches. But he's obviously still the main guy. So 97, I think it's a perfect score to give Roman. I know it's a downgrade, but he hasn't really been too much on TV. So I think it's a good rating for him.
Okay, up next we got his opponent, Cody Rhodes, at 93, the cover boy too. Him having hardly lost. That's shocking to me. That's too low. That's too low, right? He should be a 90,
Too low. Too low.
96, 96 at least.
Yeah, at least a 96.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's been through so much. He's had so many matches. He's been through the pectoral thing with Seth Rollins,
Hell
his
yeah.
his coming back and all that with obviously, being the surprise opponent for Seth Rollins, the Brock Lesnar feud and all that. Yeah, just a bunch of other, I mean, the Judgment Day, that whole Judgment Day Sami Zayn whole thing debacle. Um, yeah, yeah, it's too low I mean, I get it maybe just because he came back and all that, but 90, no, that's just no. He should be at least 96 for me.
I agree,
At least
man.
closer to Roman's rating because that's
Yep.
just no.
Speaking of too low, the IC champ, Gunther. Do you know his rating or should I tell you what it is?
Yeah, 90, same
90.
as Logan.
90. Yep, exactly. Same as Logan. Oh my God. When I saw this,
Horrible.
bro,
Wow.
when I saw
Wow.
this,
What did
I was
Logan do to
like,
pay? He probably paid. He probably
ah.
he probably paid him off to get a 90.
See,
Paid extra.
I think Logan, he's made tremendous strides as a wrestler and as a performer,
Oh, no
everything,
doubt.
bro.
No doubt.
So I think he would be like
No
upper
doubt.
80s. If I was to grade Logan right now, he's like a 87, 88, maybe a 88. I would give him a 88. But Gunther, bro,
I would
you
I
put
would
him up
probably
there
I
with
would probably
Roman.
give Logan like an 85 or 86.
Okay.
True.
Logan was a 84
I would
last
give
year.
Logan a lower.
Logan was a 84
Oh, so
last year.
maybe, oh, really?
Yeah, he
Damn.
was or
So
85
maybe like an
something.
86, 87.
Yeah,
So
honestly, bro.
86 or 87 because that's just like
The bare
90.
minimum though, the
Same
bare
with
minimum
Gunther,
for
man.
Gunther
Man,
should be a
like,
95. The bare minimum.
oh yeah, 95. I think the lowest it could have gone maybe 94, but 90 is just
Yeah, dude.
damn. That just hurts. That hurts, man. That hurts. Bro, and something that
Um,
pissed me off,
huh.
um, Austin Theory.
Oh, we'll get
Austin
to him right
Theory,
now.
bro.
Yeah, let's talk about it. 70, what is he? A
I
72?
bro.
The
72, how?
disrespect. The
How?
this and it's
They
not just
literally
him,
buried
bro.
him. Like, come on, bro.
There's a group,
No.
there's an entire
So
group
many, bro.
of underrated talent who should be in the at least mid 80s. They gave him low 70s. Theory,
Mm-hmm.
72.
Yep,
Grayson
yep.
Waller, something like that, 72. I'll pull it up real quick. Zelina Vega was something like that too. Let's
Oh,
see.
that shit was low as well. Yeah, there's a lot of them,
Ludwig
man.
Ludwig Kaiser,
Wild.
73, bro. Um,
Ludwig was 73?
yes, yes.
Nah, that's crazy.
I'm looking at some of
Let me
these
see.
right now. Um, yeah, Theory was a 72. I would rate if it was me, I would give Theory a 86. What do you think? What would you give Theory?
I would give him an 80. I don't know.
Okay.
I think 86 is a little too high. I think an 80 would probably be pretty solid because, I mean, yeah, his whole US title reign wasn't the best. We all, can admit that he wasn't booked very well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to seen more, better talent to be shown, but I mean, the thing is, he got pushed too hard.
Yeah, very. I
And that's
agree.
why people turn on him and people are just like, he's just this generic heel. Um, but no, yeah, it's just major disrespect to Theory to be 72. Like, come on, that's just
Where would you put Grayson Waller? He's at a 74. I think for me I would put him like 84. 84, 85, somewhere there.
84. I would give Grayson at least a 78 or 79.
Okay,
Just
upper
because he's
70.
still popping into upper 70s. Because I mean, he hasn't really had too many big moments. I mean, I guess the big moment you could just say he's got the rub. Obviously, with Cena, he main evented Madison Square Garden. He keeps reminding people that he main evented Madison Square Garden with Edge. Um,
Yep.
he's been in front of, multiple big names. But I still haven't seen, I feel like a big moment yet. Hopefully with, the Mania coming up, hopefully they can give, Grayson and Austin Theory, third time. and hopefully they can at least make the storyline interesting. Or I don't know, maybe they were saying that they might throw them into like a with the Logan Paul multi-man or something title with
That
the
would
US
be
title.
interesting.
Um they would be, yeah. So yeah, but yeah, no, Grayson Theory,
Grayson Theory.
Grayson Waller, my
Yeah,
bad. Grayson Waller, he has a lot of potential, man.
he definitely does.
He just has that heel mentality and all that. Not like Theory. Theory is just like, oh, I'm a bad guy. Oh, this and that. Like, you know, Grayson
If we
just
just
he just
yeah,
has it.
if we
It.
just talk about Grayson Waller for a second, he took a clean loss to Cody Rhodes, and I get it, it's Cody Rhodes. But if they're doing this match, like
Hmm.
not Gunther, Theory versus Waller, who do you think should win that and
Hmm.
why? Because I feel like personally, I would say that either Theory should win and you start building him up, or maybe Theory should lose and then you start building him up, right? As a baby face. I don't know.
I think it'll be better for Grayson to win it. That's just coming from me, because then at least then it gives other people to be like almost like up, theory, like yo, like it's all right. You're gonna keep going up, and it just gives more heat to Waller.
Yeah,
Um,
especially
like
if he
maybe
wins
like after the
30.
match, he gets yeah, exactly, because that's him. That's just what Grayson Waller is. What he does, and it just gives a chance to give Theory like another like a loss,
Yeah.
and then he can up his game and all that, and maybe just do basically have that feud with him for maybe an ongoing like other two more matches or something. But no, yeah, that's just kind of like what I think. If that match happens, it would be Grayson over Theory.
Solid. I'm gonna do the outro real quick. Is there
Yeah,
anything else before
for
like
sure,
we
for
start
sure.
wrapping up? Is there anything you feel like we might have missed or you want to talk about?
I don't think so.
I
No,
feel like we touched
there's
on
really
most of the
nothing
important stuff.
else. We touched on the majority of it. I mean, we got obviously the next week coming up for see what they got cooking for us for
Yeah.
Raw and SmackDown. But no, I think we should be good. We can just go ahead and end it.
Okay. And yeah, guys, I think that's most of the we recapped of all the things that have been going on around Raw, SmackDown,
Yes,
and the
sir.
rest
Yes,
of,
sir.
WWE. But I guess for now, that's gonna be it. Be tuned in for the next episode. Make sure to subscribe
Yes,
to stay
sir.
tuned. Drop some comments. So what do you guys think about the situations going on that we touched on? But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. Until then, DDT Money signing out.
Fresh for now. See y'all later.
Yep, we'll see you guys.